Good morning. It is Reggie. I wanted to make some comments about some things here that I find that I'm really wondering. I'm kind of concerning, really. So, without trying to sound like someone who's trying to be deep or some intellectual deal, tell me someone who knows what nothing looks like. Because even when people say, you know, they say that they're a guide, and people will ask them, have you ever created something out of nothing? Do we really know what nothing is? Because honestly, we could say in front of me is nothing, but that's not true. In reality, we're in an atmosphere where there's oxygen, where there's other gases. We're in an atmosphere where actually there may be bacteria and viruses floating, like in front of us, like right now. Um, and if you want to look at it from a spiritual realm, there's we're dealing with spirits and stuff. From our understanding from the biblical text, that there's really we don't understand what real nothingness is, because when the Bible talks about that the earth was there was a void, it's like there was a non-existing thing. It did not exist. We're talking about out of mind, everything, the whole 9 yards. We as human beings can't even stop ourselves from thinking, because our brains are constantly causing us to, sleep, wake up, move our hands. We don't think about move. I'm not thinking about moving my fingers. This stuff is actually happening nanoseconds before I even do it. So I'm sitting here going like, when people say that they're a guide, first and foremost, I need you to show me how you've been able to create something out of nothing. And the second thing that I'm asking you is, do you know the existence of what nothing really is? We're talking about out of state, out of mind, just at, at all, period. The next thing I'm also going to say, if you are a guy, you are a failure. If you consider yourself as a God in your human existence, you're a failure. Because let's look at the condition of this world. If you're a guy and you have multiple people saying they're guides, is this because of the fact that you feel like you created something? Did you create it or produce it? Because remember, to create something, you need to create something out of nothingness. The ability to think it into existence. But yet you have people that say that women are God. Women are not God. They produce kids. They cannot create children. Can't be done. No matter, and that's a mindset. As many of you say that you were taught certain things. You were taught that you created a child. You were taught that you created a work. You produced a work. You produced it. Even your thoughts. You can't create a thought. You actually produce a thought, because you don't understand the chemical makeup. You can't understand the connections of neurons. You don't do any of those things. That by intelligent design, you were given the ability to produce. In similarity to that which is the creator, you are a producer. God is creator. So what happens is when you're in rebellion against God, all you're doing is just simply producing without purpose, which makes no sense. But yet, if you turn around and consider yourself a God, you're a failure, because you look at the conditions where every time that you have made a mistake, every time that you have failed at something, every time that you have broken somebody's heart, every time you've done something wrong, you have produced yourself as a failing God. You are a failing God. So for all of you that's in this of African spirituality and Kemet communities, the reality is you're a failing God. And yet, we understand in the kingdom of God, those are the citizens of the kingdom of God, that we're created in his image according to his likeness. And because of our sinful nature, we went and rebelled. In the reverse of that, we failed. Not only we failed, we rebelled. And we were in danger until we realized that Christ himself came in and took that curse from us, making us the beings of who we're supposed to be, and giving us more understanding of who we are. You can't have it on both ends. So would you rather be a failing God, or be the child of a God? Oh, by the way, there's the difference between being a creation. And let me say this too. If you believe that you're a God because you can create things, that means that dogs are gods, birds are gods, plants are gods. They produce things. So actually, you're just one form of a God, and they fail too. You also, as a God, you do realize you die. So let's talk about that.